How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. What a gloomy London looking sort of day in Calgary today. And my day just kicked off with a whole bunch of nonsense driving because I was trying to find a place to pull over to, have the day that I want to have here, which we're going to start by making some waffles, but getting ahead of myself. I was going to go park down, well, not near the river. But if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that a few years back there was a very nice spot here in Calgary where you actually could get your van right down next to the river. And of course, I don't know, they're like developing the road or something. So it was a sad day when the barricades went up and you could no longer drive all the way down to the water's edge. But for the longest time this past year, you could still pull off there and then walk down to the water. It'd be a nice quiet spot to sort of have the day. But as I was driving past it, they got a whole bunch of road closed signs up now, and I didn't want to be that guy. So I guess they're getting closer and closer to expanding the road, and I guess that's more important than having nice places to park and enjoy nature. It's just one of those things that's sort of frustrating about being in a big city, right? Development never stops, and little places like that tend to go the way of the dodo. Anyways, then I drove all the way out the highway thinking I'd find another spot, but I did not. So then I pulled up the map, turned on satellite view, and found this place down here. So this is where I'm going to be for the time being. Move this guy, can go there. Put our keys up here so we don't lose them in the shuffle. And yes, I got myself some maple syrup. I was finally out. Tragedy. And I picked this up the other day. This Flourish Protein Pancake and Waffle Mix Buttermilk flavor. Why not? It was way overpriced, and I don't really care too much about the fact that it's protein rich or whatever. Hello, neighbor. You on YouTube now. I just wanted to try it because it actually comes in a whole bunch of different flavors, I noticed too. Where I picked this up yesterday, they had a birthday cake flavor as well, which took all of my willpower to not get. I just wanted to start at the baseline of buttermilk, and then we'll move up from there. But yeah, it comes in this nice little easy bag that's resealable, that's very van life friendly. Right, just open this up, easy open tab. Oof. Get it. Try not to make a mess in the tiny home, right? And as long as the zipper works, we can give it a pass. Oh! I don't give it a pass. What was I thinking? Well, you suck, Flourish. And here I was, about ready to say, wouldn't it have been funny if it had just poured out. Now that I'm living it, no, it's not funny. All done. That's what I get for trying to make a comedic point. Okay, boots off. And we're just gonna need a bowl and some water because this is a mix with milk or water situation. And yes, obviously, everything's better with milk versus water. However, I don't have any milk on hand and I didn't want to go out of my way to get some when I have plenty of water. So we're really keeping it basic today. Now, where's my waffle iron? Yeah, I was thinking about just doing pancakes, but I haven't had my little dash out in a while, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Before we do that though, we are going to exhaust the diesel heater and have the diesel heater running on full blast. I've been having a lot of success with that pattern, and it's too hot to have it on in here right now because as miserable as it looks outside, it's actually not that cold. So we're gonna let that run for a bit, exhaust the heat, and then turn that sucker off. All right, heater is ticking down, fan is off, windows are closed. I usually like to crack the driver window when I'm exhausting this to get that cross breeze to really keep it cool in here, because on max, that heater, it don't work. All right, so the instructions on the back say 2/3 of a cup of the mix to 1/2 a cup of water. So I got me little collapsible measuring cups out here. We got 1/3 and 1/2. 2/3. Ooh, it's sort of, I don't know. It definitely looks different than like the Aunt Jemima or Hungry Jack mix that I usually use. It looks a little bit more like, almost like oatmeal. That's clearly all that healthy protein in there, right? Sure. That's what we'll say. All right, and now have a cup of water from our water spout. And yes, I know this is a dry measuring cup, but it's what we got. We're going to try and keep this right on point. Oh, looks pretty good. All right, let's not have this be a repeat of what just happened. Ah, excellent. You know what? If I can find it, I want to add, I'm going to need this, my oil. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla. I think I have some in here. Yeah, with my truffle oil. They hang out in a Ziploc bag together. We've got some Madagascar vanilla extract. Yum. Just a dabble, do ya? Ooh, little goes a long way. Let's mix all of this up. I don't know. Smells like wet powder with vanilla. What the more do you need? Now it really looks like oatmeal. Well, not now. It did for a second there. It's quickly changing its consistency. Well, right? I don't know. It's very runny. Maybe we'll give it a minute to sort of set up here before we start throwing it into the waffle iron. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to warm that waffle iron up anyway. Man, it's been so long since I've used it. Just sitting here looking around like, where did I put the damn waffle maker? It's on the bed. I'm not putting this table down. Grab it. There we go. Tiny home living. Okay, so now we got our little Dash Mini here. A whole bunch of mix everywhere. We gotta clean this shit up. And we're just gonna use Lucky to power this today. We got our battery monitor installed and our 300 watts of goodness that just got charged for far too long. So, bring this guy out here. Whoop, and turn on the inverter. Blue light should come on once he gets power. There it goes. And once that blue light goes out, he will be ready to accept some mix. I keep saying mix. It's batter. I know this. I know this to be true. All right, where's that little... Oh, my phone is vibrating. Where's my phone? I can hear you. Hello? Oh, there we are. Oh, the UPS store. Hello, Matthew speaking.
Hi Matthew, this is Vedant calling from the UPS store.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good. I was just letting you know that the pure letter guy came in right now and he took your package, so just giving you a hint.
He took it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me know.
Welcome.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see you later.
See you, bye.
Bye. I love those guys over there. So that was a confirmation on my return of the little Rogers MiFi Wi-Fi router thing, right? I was able to cancel that contract with Rogers. I don't need it anymore because I got satellite from space and all of the data on my cell phone. So I got more than enough internet for sure. So that was like an extra $60 a month that I just didn't need. So I had to return the little box, and God forbid I'd be allowed to just take it back to the store in the mall, right? No. They got to send you a shipping label and you have to return it. Anyway, it was a Purolator shipping label, and I dropped it off there in a little box. I actually used the box that the battery monitor came in to put it in. Dropped it off at the UPS store yesterday. They were able to print the label for me, but they weren't 100% sure if their Purolator guy would take it. I don't know why, but the deal was that if there was any issues, I'd pick it back up today and deliver it to the Purolator place myself. But don't have to do that now. That he did not have to call and let me know. But that was very nice of him. Very thoughtful over there. Love that store. If you are looking for a UPS mailbox in Calgary, I highly recommend UPS store number 31. Okay, this thing must be done. I just heard it click, and there's a whole bunch of steam coming out of it. So unfortunately, I don't have any butter of any kind on hand or spray, so we're gonna have to use the avocado oil spray. It is what it is. Just kind of give it a spritz here. There we go. And now, how hard is this going to be? Move the vinegar bottle. Move this guy this way. And then let's just fill him up with our stuff. Hello? Yeah, buddy. I don't remember 100% how full I'm supposed to make this, but I think just cover the dongles and we should be good. All right, so there we go. Cool. All right, let's see how that goes. Close her up. And then, if I remember correctly, this will be ready to go again when the light goes out. Riveting. Okay, whilst we wait, we better get our maple syrup opened. What did I go with this time? Shady Maple Farms. 100% pure organic. Which is interesting because this one says that. And it was cheaper than the one that said 100% organic in bigger font. Tell me again how they're not taking us for a ride with this organic shit. Okay. Oh, we may have overloaded our dash. Yikes. We've got a breach. We've got a breach. Or we've got a runner. That expanded to beat the band. Well, whatever. Just let it do its thing. All right. Sealed for my freshness. Oh, it smells good. smells like real maple syrup. You know, I was watching this video pop up. Like, I never knew like the actual process of getting maple syrup, but man, it makes sense why it's so expensive. If this video I was watching was accurate, this is this guy out in the woods with maple trees, and he like tapped them and pulled the maple sap out of them, which is mostly water, and then you got to boil all the water out a couple times, and then once all the water is gone, you then have to bring the syrup itself to a boil. And if you go like too far over, that's what makes it thicker and whatnot. And it's just, he did it for like 6 hours, and he started with 2 4-liter jugs, or 2 1-gallon jugs for you American friends. And after all of that, he ended up with about this much maple syrup. So, yeah. All right, this thing just ticked off. Ooh! Well, aside from the sad splooge, it's looking pretty good. Hey! All right, let's get that in our gullet. And then, well, actually, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to be able to live with myself if I don't do this. Yeesh. Ah! All right. Get a little syrup on here. Wait, with the totally ridiculous handle that absolutely does not work. This is ridiculous. Why are the handles so small? Big handles are bust. Now we need utensils. Got me a fork. Got me a knife, kind of. Here we go. All right. Flourish protein powder. Not protein powder. Sometimes you just say shit. I mean, it's all right. I should have put more vanilla in, I think. Yeah, and absolutely would be better with milk. But for a quick meal in the van, as always, that was super simple. I'm going to have another one here, obviously, because I have enough batter. It could also be the avocado oil, I suppose, that's throwing this whole flavor thing off. It's not terrible, but I don't know. I will definitely be redoing this with proper butter and milk in the future, since I invested in the whole damn bag. All right, we're going to stop there and see there. Maybe it won't splooge out this time. And away you go. Waffles in the van. All right, it's steaming away. Let's see down here how much we're pulling off of our battery monitor. Well, let's see what the monitor says. Wow, that's hard to see. There we go. Whoa! 288 watts to make a waffle. That's a lot of watts. Also, something strange is going on with that battery monitor, because it's not giving me the correct reading on how much it's being charged when the DC to DC charger is charging it. It's way under, like the app on my phone says 546 watts or whatever, but on here it's way lower than that. It's not reflective of that actual number. So in my brain I thought, oh, it's probably because I have the out cable from the DC to DC charger connected straight to the battery or something, as opposed to running to my bus bar, which if that was the case, that means that that reading would not be going through the shunt, right? That makes the battery monitor operate correctly. But that's not the case. I was poking around under the bed yesterday and everything is wired properly. I know what I'm doing, but it doesn't show the right wattage on just that charger. Ooh, here we go. Wait, let's update Patreon while we're doing it. Hello, Patreon. We're currently filming a vlog. I was just yapping at the vlog, as you will see in the future, but you get to see this now. Great success on the quest for the maple syrup this morning. And over here, hey-oh, we making waffles. Yum. And that's the sort of quality content you can expect over on my Patreon if you decide to join. I would absolutely love to have you over there. You can join for as little as $1.50 a month, or $2 or something, I think, American. You mean Canadian, American, and whatnot. And you get stuff like that, real-time updates with me. They're not all that riveting. Also have direct messaging with me, and there's also an incredible community over there that is very supportive of one another, and the chat just is popping off every single day. It's really awesome. If you can afford to do it, we would absolutely love to have you over there. Link in the description below. All right, time to put yet another waffle in my face hole. Mom also FaceTimed me a half hour ago and I missed it. They're in Vegas right now. Let's see if she answers. I need more syrup than that. It's ridiculous. Hey! Oh! There they are! How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm making waffles.
I'm eating breakfast. We're in Smokin' Joe's. That's a new anyway, I don't know how long it's been here. In Samstown.
Oh, it's a new restaurant in Samstown?
The new one, yeah.
Nice.
Well, new to us. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a
Wasn't
while
here
since you've been to
last
Samstown. They're on a
here last
whirlwind
year.
trip.
We were here last year.
Oh, you were? That's right.
Yeah, TGIF's closed, but this is where...
Screw
Billy
TJ.
Bob's. This is where Billy Bob's steakhouse. But last year, I think the Angry Butcher was here. The Angry Butchers moved into... I can't remember if it was Mexican or Italian, but that's where the Angry Butcher is now.
It's like I'm having breakfast with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Say hi to YouTube.
No, I knew I was going to say, is this on YouTube? Oh, YouTube. How you doing?
Well, it's not there yet, but it will be.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All done with the phone calls, all done with the breakfast, more or less. Got things cleaned up and tidied whilst I was on the FaceTime with my mom. Got to find a spot for that. What the hell is this? Oh, yeah, that goes to that's the avocado oil spray. Hello. Get in there, you bugger. Nailed it. All right. This bloody thing. Whoa, yeah, you puffy bitch. There we go. Good enough. Just don't squeeze it or hold it upside down. You can go back in here as well, and we'll put everything else away later. For now, let's go visit the big fat putty tat. Hello. I just saw you bathing yourself. Don't you act like you're asleep. Hey, how are you? You enjoying your new view out there? Not really, since you're facing this way. Yeah? You want some treats, little boo? You want some treats? Oh yeah, of course. You understand that word, don't you? Let's see. How easy are they to get to? Oh, there we go. You want this? Let's see what I can do for you. Huh. These? Oh, there you go. Good girl. All right, then one more. One more. Very good. Oh, good call. You understand counting. Who knew? All right, those back up in there. Under the disco ball. No, that's it. I'm not too concerned about it, so I'm actually going to put this out to the community and see what you guys say in the comments section. But when it comes to this waffle maker, what is the best way to clean this sucker? Because honestly, getting in there and cleaning all that in a van, big pain in the butt. It's almost like I need a bristle brush or something, right, to actually get it nice and clean. Actually, hold on a second. I got sent this was for cups, but it might just work in this scenario with this thing. Maybe this will work. I mean, the bigger problem is I don't have any way of like rinsing it, right? But I got this. This brush might work if I just sort of saturate it with vinegar. Maybe. It's hard to clean. Get in there with this. Whoop. Ooh, maybe this one's even better. Forgot that it flipped like this. It's not very solid. But yeah, I mean, if I had a sink, it'd be way easier to just rinse it out. Because of these grooves that make the waffle. It's hard to get in there with like paper towel or whatever, right? So I don't know. You got any tips or tricks for doing this in a van? Let me know. Otherwise, I imagine I just have to stand outside and pour some water all over this sucker. See? Like, get in there! Quality content. Quality content. Now, on to the main event. So I got this, I got that, and we got this. So I did a little shopping on Amazon the other day, as well as some reading and watching on YouTube. And I picked this up for myself. So it's a little screwdriver set that it comes with three screwdrivers. One just looks like it's like a regular like Phillips style. And then the other two apparently is what you need to take apart game cartridges at the back here. So couple things, right? I want to try and get this cartridge open that was sent from Bill that just simply hasn't worked no matter how much I clean the contacts. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we'll open it up and see if we can see anything that looks yucky. I've heard that there could be capacitors inside here that have just gone bad, but I've also watched people take these cartridges apart and notice that there is dirt on the, it's escaping me right now, but like where the pins here that you can see on the outside, I don't know if they're called runs or veins or whatever it is on the circuit board. When we get there, I'll show you what I don't know. And then also, I wanted to try my hand at replacing the joystick on my jungle green Nintendo 64 controller. So yeah, if you don't know, and I'm sure lots of you wouldn't, these joysticks was the first time Nintendo had this. It's actually the first console, I believe, to have something like this. And we're very familiar with these sorts of controls today. But these things were notorious for going bad, as I mentioned before, because they're plastic on plastic down there. So you can see the scrapes and the scratches just from use. And it's a little wobbly, right? You can kind of see the play that's in it. And if you ever played Mario Party 1 back in the day, there was a lot of this nonsense. That is absolutely an if you know, you know. And stuff like that really wore these joysticks out. So they're not the best in that regard. Again, I watched some YouTube videos online, and you can actually order these things off of Amazon from this company, 8BitDo Joystick. And it's a replacement analog stick for the N64 controller. So I have had this for a while yet because I wanted to do it on the vlog here. I'm going to have to get out my Leatherman though, just so we don't rip the box. Not that it would be the end of the world, but reason number 64, to have a Leatherman on your hip. Open up your replacement joystick box. All right, so in here, we've got, it even comes with a set of instructions. Oh my goodness, it even comes with a screwdriver. Well, son of a bitch. But you know what? This one's that is included. This looks bigger than this one in that kit. So I still needed this one for the game cartridge, so whatever. That's cool. I didn't realize that it had a screwdriver included with it. Awesome. So in here, let's see. I've never done this before, obviously, but there is our replacement joystick, and it should just be a matter of taking the controller apart, removing screws, and then unplugging this one and plugging this new one back in. And as you can see, this joystick is way more in line with the joystick that is on this awesome Brawler controller that Annie sent me, right? It looks very similar. You can tell that that's not going to wear out as easily. I mean, nothing lasts forever. Kobe! Nothing lasts forever, obviously, but these you can just tell will stand the test of time for a lot longer than that actual Nintendo brand one. So, I do have a third-party N64 style controller that I could do this on first, but why would I want this new joystick to be on the other controller if I can get it on here? The only reason I'd want to use that third-party one is if I was really worried that I was going to mess this up, but should be okay. So on the back of the controller here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to just take it apart. So let's try and get all those out and see what we're dealing with. If I can build a van, repair the front end on a Dodge Ram, then change my oil, I should be able to do this. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so I'm a big fat liar. There was actually 9 because there was 2 screws way down in here where the memory packs and the rumble packs go. So they're all out now. I got the main screws over here in the box, the 2 tiny screws over here, and this screwdriver is awesome. It's magnetized, so it pulls the screws right out. No muss, no fuss. All right, now, okay, so one thing I had read that was that this could be difficult. This part, you might need a pry, like a plastic pry tool or whatever. In my case, I did not. I don't want to lose anything. We're not replacing the Z button here that's on the back, so we're just going to leave that guy there. Put that aside. Ooh, very cool. There's the inside of our N64 controller, and this is what we're replacing. This guy right here. So we have to unplug that from there. Ooh, it's so delicate. What the hell am I doing? Okay, so this here is the button for the Z button. So that's going to have to be removed and then put back on this one. Okay, I see. So this thing should just slide out maybe. Oh boy. Which way do you slide? Oh, do you slide up or down? The silicone looks to be in good shape. I don't know what the hell am I saying. How would I know if silicone's in bad shape or not? Do you just... Oh! Yeah, he just sort of pries up. Okay, cool. So there's our Z button. Very cool. And now let's remove these 3 screws and get this guy out of there. It's not that intense, actually. This is, you know, it's these controllers. They're a dime a dozen, not literally, but there's a third-party company. Well, one, there's probably more than one, but one I'm aware of is called Old School, and they make these exact controllers for the N64. You can buy them new, and I think they're like 25 bucks. So I just wanted to try this because I wanted to challenge myself and see how hard it was. So far, it doesn't seem to be that hard. Just working at getting these screws. Come here, you bastard. There we go. Okay, so 3 mounting screws. Yeah, I like familiarizing myself with stuff like this, especially since this has all of a sudden become like this new hobby of mine late in life, which I really am enjoying. It's cool to learn even more about it than I did back when it was like relevant. All right, so we got all the mounting screws out. So there is our joystick. Now it should just be a matter of unplugging this from the board, right? Yep, should be super simple. Just gotta use your nails, wiggle this bad boy out. Oi. Come on. Oh, this is trickier than I thought it would be. Maybe I can we just like, ooh, careful. Just pull. Who is she talking to? She's just out there yapping, but she must have AirPods in because I can't see anybody else. There, that wasn't so bad. Okay, cool. Then we get our replacement one here. Should be only one way that this goes in. Oh God, I wasn't paying attention. Was it this way? Yeah, it must be, because you got this little like, oh wait. Yeah, nope, wait a second. Am I gonna have to watch back my own footage? This is what I get for paying attention to the yappy Linda outdoor. Listen, Linda! I am trying to film a riveting vlog in here. Moving right along. Okay, watch that back, and I am confident that this is the way it is supposed to go in. Just gonna line this bad boy up, plug her in. Come on, you. Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing. Ha! Nice little satisfying snap there. This guy, gonna come back around to the front here. He should just slot in here. Yep. Oop. Knocking the camera around. My bad. All right, so this is a little bit trickier because if I put it down flush, the joystick's actually gonna force this guy out. So let's be tricky here. So what I'm gonna do, put that, see what I mean? Take our screwdriver, put the screw on the end. Haha, magnets for the win. Get this seated. Hello. There we go. Okay, and then get this screw in there. Ha! No! Okay, well, the screw stayed. Everybody just calm down. No! My giant man hands. Delicate work. Delicate work. Not too tight, just tight enough. Don't torque it. It's not like a lug nut. There you go. Don't want to crack the plastic. Right, and the third and final screw. A hush fell over the crowd while he made his final move. Damn it! There we go. All right, now we got to get this button seated back down here properly. It's definitely meant to... Oh no. Just like this. Just push it down. Gentle. Okay, should be good. Ah! Silicone's flopping all. I hate it when my silicone flops all over the place. Oh, there's a little tit that has to... Okay, something might be off here. Here we go. Day. I think that's good. Well, I don't know, good. Can I use the screwdriver to push this down? Hello? Get in there. Is that where you're supposed to be? I guess so. Okay, so we're gonna have to be a little bit more careful. My L and R buttons just fell out. Okay, flip this back over. Actually, take this backing off. Son of a... All right, so you... Now we're learning all sorts of new things. Oh, putting this back together is going to be a little bit trickier. There are things to help line this up, though. There. Okay. Oh, there you go. Sort of nestle it back in. There. Oh. Do we get it? No. Get the cord out of the way. Nice. Okay. I don't want it to fall apart on me again. Okay. The Z button feels good on the back. Right button L button, and there's our new joystick. Cool, that was simple. I mean, ish. Simple-ish. Cord still coming out, excellent. Now, which screw should I start with here? I'm gonna just go in reverse. Let's get the little tiny one on the tip of the screwdriver. Put this one in. Thank God this is magnetized. Way down here. Oh. It's like all those hours of operation are finally paying off. Here we go. Ha ha! All right. Back together. I think it's pretty well lined up. It feels solid enough. Hey, and that joystick looks awesome in there. That's so cool. I really like that. Nothing like this ever existed when the 64 was around back in the heyday. And not that even if it, well, maybe it did. Maybe it did. I shouldn't say it didn't exist, but I definitely was not aware of anything like that, nor would I probably have had the gumption as a young man to want to take my controller apart. Yeah, I think it's not too bad. So here's the thing, right? So this thing, I think on Amazon was $28 to get the joystick replacement. Whereas, like I said, a brand new controller, albeit not from Nintendo, is about $25 in store. So this really is for the hobbyist who wants to keep his Nintendo branded controller, for sure. But even those, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to double check, but I think even those third-party ones from old school, I don't think they are joysticks like this. I think they are joysticks like this. I don't know. Some people really like this style, especially for fighting games, because it's got the 8 directions and whatnot on it. This one kind of does, but it definitely has a different feel. Like, it no longer feels like a Nintendo controller, but man, does it feel good to be able to do that. I love fixing things like this. Very cool. All right, now on to the real challenge. This is going to be a little bit different. I should probably have like Q-tips on hand as well as my isopropyl alcohol. We got Q-tips back here. Oh wow, one's trying to abscond with itself. That, and then over here, oh yeah, Kobe, my keys went right into Penny's food dish. Over here, I've got some isopropyl alcohol. Okay. Oh, there. Bring the chair a little bit closer. Oh, my back's bugging me. That's a problem. Like, this is so much more comfortable in the swivel seat, but I can't do anything here. Hey. Future Matthew problem, for sure. So, anyway, for now, let's come over there to this guy. Let's get open our little screwdrivers here and take a peek at what we got. So, yeah, this screwdriver compared to this one, I think it still would have worked. Maybe not as well. All right, on the back of the cartridge here, is it just the 2? Is there only 2 screws that hold these things? Well, there's little, like, latching things here. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's... Hello? Ah, there we go. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but though it's that kind of screw, right? And this is the... Oh, can I even show this to you? Hello? There, that's the... Where are you? Focus up, you bugger. That's the head of the shaft. All right, quality content aside, that's the kind of screwdriver you need. Should just take these bad boys right out. Oop, nice. They're magnetized as well. Put that aside there. Get the second one out. Well, it helps if you finish screwing it. All right, so now will this guy just pop open? Yes, he will. All right, back that camera up a little bit. Can't see squat. All right, so this just... Oh, up and this way. Okay, cool. This thing here has a name. I can't remember what it is. Oh, there's 2 screws in here as well. Whoa! Look at that corrosion in there. Hang on. Turn on my macro lens function on the phone. Look at that corrosion happening. Gross. Is that from people's spit over the years coming in here? Why else would there be liquid inside this cartridge? And when I mean, if you don't know what I mean by spin, it's because we used to blow in the cartridges to get them to work, right? It was a common practice back in the day, especially on my NES, like the original Nintendo. But it's actually not good for your shit. So this just lifts off. Okay, this is familiar. And then this plastic thing comes off somehow. Wait. This little black thing here, does it just... Oh, okay, it slides in. Cool. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. See these lines? These are the pins, and these lines that run up here. This is the kind of stuff that absolutely terrifies me. Because I don't know much about computers and motherboards and stuff like that. But this is what I was talking about, these lines here that run from the pins to these different spots up onto these, I don't know what, microchips. I'm not an expert. This looks gross. So that's what I should have gotten. I meant to get myself an eraser, because apparently you can just use an eraser to kind of clean these contacts up as well. Let's pull this out and see what the other side looks like. Yeah, again, you got a lot of filth and stuff happening up here. Well, I'm going to do what I can with what I have. But, how's the other side of the cartridge? Yeah, there's lots of, like, corrosion and rust-looking shit in here. Yeah. But, yeah, we'll just try to clean this up. But I did see a guy use an eraser to clean these contacts up. So, if this doesn't work, then we can always try to wrangle us an eraser later. Who the hell has just erasers on hand? Especially when you live in a van. Here we go. Because, like, the isopropyl alcohol is only going to do so much, whereas, like, the eraser, it's actually going to, like, rub off some of this junk, I would imagine. Like, the pins should all be silver, right? Whereas these ones are, like, half silver, half almost gold bronze looking. This is as good as I can do, though, with what I have on hand. Kind of grubby. Do I have it? Oh, Brooklyn's bag is in the Jeep. Not that, I don't know. She might have an eraser amongst her things. Me in this moment, I don't have an eraser. That does not mean send me erasers. Please. I don't remember the last time I picked up a pencil. Okay. So I'm just going to keep doing this and see what we can get. One other thing I'm going to point out here, this is something that I saw another guy do on a video, was this line here. I need something to point at it with. My fingers are so fat. This line here, you see this like white line that's kind of running across above the 44 and the 38. That, I think, could also be problematic. So I'm going to try and clean that up as well. Gently, of course. But that's what I watched him do in the video. And he got his copy of Mickey's Speedway USA to come back to life. Okay, this is not the best cleaning job in the world for sure, but I did what I could. Got those lines cleaned up on both sides of the board. I got the pins and connectors as cleaned up as I could. So now we're just going to try to put this bad boy back together. And then we will slap it in our system and see. I don't know. My confidence is at about 35% there, bud. Okay, let's get the TV turned on. Get Diddy Kong Racing out of the Switch. This game is phenomenal, by the way. That's another case of if you know, you know. All right, we've got our new Hall effect joystick installed. Where is the TV remote? There we go. Over to N64. All right. Duke, hopefully we treated you good. Let's see what happens. This cart is effed. At least my 35% was spot on. Ah, dang it. Well, here's what it is. We tried. We learned how to take a cart apart. We also learned that when we come to clean something, we should probably have all the tools necessary. Pepsi, obviously. Pepsi for life. Just choose any track here. Well, obviously. Let's go! I mean, it feels really good so far. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go! Ah. Back on track. Bye-bye. This feels great. It's just like the Retro Brawlers controller I've been using. Feels so much better than that old ass joystick that was in here. Job well done. Nailed it. Get all that maple syrup out of your teeth. All right, well, I'm all hunkered down now for the afternoon, and it's almost time to go get the Pirate Princess for our evening. So that is my plan, and then I think I'm feeling a movie tonight. There's a movie that I've had my eye on for a while. I think after I drop her back with her mom, that will be what I do tonight. We'll hook up the whole rig and tool on over there to take in a cinematic adventure before finding a spot to wild camp for the evening. So that's what I'm going to go do right now, and we will catch up when we are on our way to the movie theater. Strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who toil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen clear sights, but the clearest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge when I cremated Sam McGee. Good night, Brooklyn. I love you. The AirPods definitely make that easier. All right, getting hunkered back down for the night here. Just dropped Brooklyn off, but I dropped her off, and then I went over to Canadian Tire because I was going to get myself an engine flush treatment. I need to get an oil change for Lucky tomorrow, and I don't know. I was gonna get it. It's this additive that you put into your crankcase, and you run it for 5 minutes before the oil change, and you drain it out. And Lucky, I've always been on top of Lucky's oil changes. I've never fall behind. There's no risk of the oil getting gunky. There should be no point in me wasting money on that stuff, at least not at this point. So we'll put a pin in that. But I did stop at the UPS store. They sent me an alert while Brooklyn and I were out. So we swung by there before they closed. And I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be ironic, humorous, and very on point for this video. I think just from the feel and the sound of it. Let's see. Easy open tab. How keen are my senses? Ooh, there's more than one thing in here. Wait, look for the from tag. There we got. Okay, that's just the receipt one. Where's the actual tag? Hang on. Hang on. Oh. Oh. This comes from Mike and Tammy. There's two things in here. It says, Matthew, for your N64 games, open them up with the included screwdriver and give the pins a good scrub. Okay, hang on. So, same kit, man. That's too funny. Hey, great minds think alike, Mike and Tammy. And give the pins a good scrub with the included erasers. Well, there you go. You can't make this stuff up. Sometimes 30 years of grime doesn't come easily off with isopropyl alcohol. Cheers from Mike and Tammy. Also, this will let you see if there's any corrosion or other yucky nar inside those old cartridges. Thank you very much, you guys. Well, I guess that gives us a good excuse to open that cartridge back up before we take off for the movie. And now I've got backups of the screwdrivers. We'll keep those in their slip. Well, I guess I could use them, although this one's not really open. Okay, so I've got the cartridge back open at this point. Now, you know what's interesting about this little kit that I purchased and also Mike and Tammy sent is that it has this one that takes the plastic part off the cart, like it separates the cartridge, but these two screws that hold this shield on, the included screwdriver in there, let me see, hang on. Yeah, it does not work. So you'd be hooped if you didn't have this one that came with that joystick replacement. That's interesting. I mean, obviously you could also just potentially have another screwdriver laying around the house, but you know, you'd think they would include the proper screwdriver for that. I believe on the Amazon ad, that little red screwdriver is advertised to open up, like, I don't know, Game Boy Advances or something like that. It should be taking the screws out of this thing, because what would be the bloody point in only being able to take the plastic off? Okay, so let's pop this shield back out. Grabbed the circuit board. And, all right. We started this day with no erasers. We're ending it with 4. There's comedy there somewhere. Someone in the ether of the universe is having a real good chuckle. All right. Eraser time. One thing I don't really have in the van is like good light coverage, just like naturally. So what I'm going to do, well, we had better light coverage earlier today when it wasn't dark out, but let's use the camping light from Lindsay. 1, 2, 3. See if we can get a little bit more light on this subject. Yeah, it's not too bad. Still casting a lot of shadows, but it is what it is. We will get better with time. But let's take the eraser and just... Is it doing anything? I don't know. I do know that you're supposed to do it with the teeth, like this, with the connectors. Don't go this way. So I'm going to do this to both sides, and we'll see if it makes a difference. All right, back together once again, Penny. Hold on to your butts. I'm going to take Diddy out, slap the Duke back in, and let's see. Did it need a good erasing? It's clearly beyond our means. Darn it! Ah, well, drown your failures at the movies. I don't know if it'll stay this way. Right now, whole place to myself. And I gotta get the staples. I'm spoiling myself. Coke, nachos with 2 cheese, and a hot dog, because I'm a savage. Or alternatively, because I'm an adult, and I can do whatever I want. And on that note, I talked myself out of popcorn when I first got here, but now I'm second guessing myself. That was a really fun movie. It was a very interesting mix of comedy and horror and crazy, but it also had a lot of like really well-written characters, also a lot of frustrating characters, but I had a lot of fun and I left with a stupid smile on my face. And you know what I was thinking? I'm so very rarely out at night these days with Grace, and I haven't even seen what that light bar can do since I put it up there in the darkness. Yeah, I made sure it worked. Speaking of darkness, I made sure it worked when I installed it, but it was daylight when I installed it. So I say before we wrap this episode up, we find ourselves a dark alleyway to do some stuff. That came out very weird. Jeez, bright lights, big city. It's hard to find a place that's just in utter darkness. All right, I think we may have found something. All right, let's stealth mode. Can't turn your lights off while the Jeep's in motion though. That's no fun. All right, let's see what we got here. Anybody around? Anybody around? Nope. I think we're good. All right, so there's Grace's regular headlights. Pull my e-brake on. They go away. And light them up. Oh my God. That's it. That's with the light on. Whoa, boy. That lights up the whole damn world. All right, one more time for shits and giggles. Oh, yeah, that'll come in handy on the trail. If I ever find myself on a trail again. Back issues and all of that, but that's pretty darn cool. Nice and bright. You know what? I'm getting back to my tiny home on wheels and I am calling it a night. So I'm going to leave this one here and I'm going to say thank you very much for watching as always. And until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. And remember, only dead fish go with the flow.